Here are some tips for working with tables in Vim. So let's make ourselves a table. Now let's say that we want to fill out this column of the table with Roman numerals. So we can enter replace mode, we go I. To go to the next cell down, we can use the down arrow, but we're not in the right column. We have to use left arrow, then I, then down arrow. We're not in the right column, so left arrow, I. This is kind of inefficient. And there's a binding for this. So we can start back with I here. We can go Control G, Control J, and then go I. So you can see we can fill out the table like this. So IV, V, and VI. You can learn more about Control G, Control J here. So there's actually an equivalent Control G, Control K as well. So what it does is it moves the cursor up or down one line on the column where you started insert mode. So that's why this works. So if we go here again, we can type something. We can go Control G, Control J, or Control G, Control K like this, and we can type around. And this also works for tab separated tables. So let's make a tab separated table like this, or a tab this sort of a table. So we could try to go into replace mode and start doing the same thing, I, GJ, I. But you can see as we're typing characters, it's actually consuming tabs because replace mode replaces characters for characters. What we want to do instead is replace in screen space. And Vim has a mode for this. It's called virtual replace mode, and you can enter it with GR. There's also GR, lowercase r, for a single character. So if we go G capital R, then we can go I, GJ, I, and you can see now everything works as intended. And virtual replace mode really is in screen space. So you can see there's 3 I's here. If I were to go GR, Control V character return, we've replaced 2 I's with this character return character. So this is a single character, but it's replaced 2 of the I's because Vim displays it as _M. So it really is screen space replacement. Now let's say that we want to do the same, but with one row of the table instead. So we can again enter virtual replace mode. We can go I. Now to go over to the next cell, you can just hit tab I, IV, V, VI, like this, because virtual replace mode works with tabs as well. And you can even like clear out a cell with GR tab like this. So that's useful too. Now, what if we want to do the same thing over here on the pipe separated table? So we can start the same way. So we go to replace mode. No need for virtual replace mode here, and we can start with I. Now we want to go over to the next cell. So we could search for the pipe character, but the problem is now our cursor is on the pipe character. So if we start typing, it overrides the pipe. So we don't want that. What you can do instead is use something called a search offset. So we'll just search for pipe /E2. So E2 is the search offset, and you can see now we're at the beginning of the actual cell. So to go to the next match, we can go Control O-N, we can go I, Control O-N, and then IV, V, and VI, like this. If you want to learn more about search offsets, you can read about them here. But effectively, so whenever you make a search in Vim, you can specify where you want your cursor to end up. So you can say a certain number of characters before or after the start or end of the match. So there's E for the end of the match, and you can say plus or minus a certain number of characters. So we actually searched for, so / for introducing a search offset, and then E2 was our search offset, which is synonymous with E plus 2. So 2 characters after. So you can see this is the same thing here. But if we were to go E minus 2, now that's the end of the match, but 2 characters before. So you can see now we're on the right hand side of the table cells. So anyway, you can look more into search offsets here. And we also used insert mode Control O. You can actually there's these paragraphs here. You can learn more about insert mode Control O here. But so we were in replace mode. When you're in replace mode and you do Control O, you can type one normal mode command like N, and then you're back in replace mode immediately. So anyway, yeah.